Welcome to podcast 186. Are you leading with energy or do you suck the energy out of the room? Stay tuned.
This is the Elevate Construction Podcast, delivering remarkable content for workers, leaders, and companies in construction wanting to take their next step. Get ready to step out of your comfort zone with Jason Schroeder as he encourages you to do better, live a remarkable life, and expect more. Let's go.
Welcome, everyone. I hope you're doing well. We are nearing episode 200. We're at 186 right now. I think, 186. And so I'm going to go out and start to get more training and do something cool to improve the podcast as we hit episode number 200. That's what we did for 100. And so I'm excited about that. Hey, one other thing, we're ordering some sound booth noise reduction shields that go around the microphone. The new recording booth is still just a little bit echoey, so please just bear with us for a little bit. We already have that on order, and with things being the way they are with shipping, we just ask that you be a little bit patient with us. So we're going to have some fun today. Today, I'm going to talk about basically a book that I read called The Energy Bus. So I was actually kind of being a little bit prayerful. I'm like, what is the message that needs to be sent out there in the universe today? And I really feel like it has to do with energy. Everybody needs energy. It's the key to making anything go. Enthusiasm is key. Somebody has to have it to drive organizations. You need good energy to be a leader. I mean, it's a key topic, and not everybody has this figured out. And I think this is actually one thing where I'm a little bit strong, is energy. And so we're going to talk about that today, and I hope you're excited about the topic. And so before we kick off into that, I'm going to do my normal routine at the beginning here and tell you what I'm excited about. I'm excited about having a book out and books coming out in the future. And so I've been organizing my schedule to where I can get to the next book, Elevating Construction Senior Superintendents, and then Elevating Construction Field Engineers. I'm really excited about that. Having a book out there is not only just really cool. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying to have one out there with your name on it's pretty stinking cool that people can order and have access to. So that's one thing. But the other thing is the amount of people that are actually using that information is really, really cool. So I'm excited about that, excited about the next book. I just need to carve out the time, and will carve out the time to just get that done. Because the feeling of having that done and blessing people's lives is just, it's like no other. So, and you know what? This most of the time happens by accident. So the next thing is talking about feedback. I actually didn't plan this to happen, but here's the feedback. She says, "Hi, Jason. Just wanted to let you know I bought a copy of Elevating Construction Superintendents and excited to have it in my development toolkit. I'm really energized by the work you're doing and happy to have LinkedIn as an avenue to stay connected." And so this person I've worked with, especially doing personality profiles and people development type stuff. Fantastic person. I really appreciate this feedback. So here's one little note, how the construction industry is changing. We are about to see more and more training come out for the construction industry in more consumable ways. And so people better start now while the getting is good. That's what I'm doing. Now's the time. And so really, there's a vacuum out there. There's an absence. There's a void of training. And so the people that are going to get in the business of getting good training out there for everybody, the time is now. So let's go ahead and get into the content today. So the conflict that I want to talk to you about is there are people out there that have low energy, and it's not something that should be taken lightly. This is something that has to be fixed. So I'll tell you a story, one of my favorite little stories from my personal life. It ties to it by way of example. It's not as fun of a story, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway. So I think everybody knows by now that I'm on like my 18th field engineer boot camp, something like that. I think that's the right number. It's actually 19th, and I'm about to do my 20th field engineer boot camp. Used to do those boot camps where we were out in the desert doing exercises, a little bit of office work, and then they morphed into having competitions, and then I went to Wood Badge, and then we really got the teaming aspect of it done. And the boot camps were really good. but they weren't like life-changing. You know what I mean? And so I went to a Tony Robbins event, and it's called Unleash the Power Within. I've talked to you about it multiple times. This year I have on my goal to go to Date with Destiny and to Business Mastery. And together that's about 14 grand. So I'm saving up money, saving pennies so that I can go do that because it's fantastic. But when I went to the Tony Robbins event, it was life-changing. And when you go to one of his events, I'm not trying to scare you off, but you dance, you move. And there are times when like you're next to somebody and they say, okay, now you're going to show that person what it's like to be loved, or you're going to dance in front of them, or right now you're going to give them feedback in some way, shape, or form, or you're going to do this, you're going to do that. And it's all of these uncomfortable exercises. And then like literally, and I think this is advertised. Yeah, it's advertised. Like you walk on coals, you walk on fire. Like it's a real deal there. And so people are like, oh, it's a gimmick or whatever. No. Like legitimately, you're doing out of the comfort zone things the entire time. And walking on hot coals, burning coals is scary as all get out. I mean, it's absolutely crazy what they put us through. But the energy is so high. It's like addictive. I thought that at certain points during the training that I was so amped up on energy because of the way they prepared us and the music and the movement and everything else like that. I thought I was like going to float off into heaven. I mean, it was euphoric. It was absolutely amazing. And so I went to that event and I come back and I'm like, field engineer boot camps, and then obviously the super and the project engineer boot camp, everything else we do was improved by that. But I came back and I'm like, we can really amp up this field engineer boot camp. And so I decided to do it. So I'm going into the first one and nobody knows I'm about to do this. I got speakers, I've got music, I've got a playlist selected, I've got dance moves. I'm in the hotel the night before practicing the music. I still remember practicing the counting stars in the hotel room, blaring music, practicing my dance moves. And so I'm in front of, gosh, if I remember correctly, and this might not sound like a lot of people to you, but I'm in a room where we're apart, right? But there was 45 people there, and I alone need to talk a bunch of grown men into dancing to music as a part of this training so that they'll stay awake and pay attention. And I was determined to do it. I knew that I was going to do it. I was prepared to do it. But the difficulty of actually getting started was overwhelming. I mean, when I got into the room, I was looking around at other people and they were just waiting and it was low energy and they didn't know what to expect. And there was some fear in the air and it was like, oh my goodness, like they are sucking the energy out of the room and they're sucking so much. And I'm not blaming them. This happens everywhere. So, God bless them. And I'm glad we got through the situation, but like they're sucking the energy out of the room to the point where I don't even want to do it. Like I'm freaked out and I have to use the Tony Robbins techniques, put my shoulders back, put my head up and just like make a fist, do my power move. And I'm like, let's go. It was the most awkward, horrible thing that I've ever done in my life. Like it was so hard. But I got all 45 of those people to get up, grown men to start dancing in a professional environment. And it completely changed the boot camps. I mean, it was so amazing. I'm really disappointed disappointed not at the owner, but at the situation. If there's ever a situation where we can't do a boot camp with movement and music because the energy is a tenth of what it can be with the right amount of energy. And really, it comes down to the focus. What are people focused on? Their physiology, the language that they're using, their fear. They're focused on their fear too much. And getting people to move and to focus on different things is absolutely over the top fantastic because it increases the energy. And you can do anything with energy. You can do training. You can have people retain information. You can have impactful, life-changing events that last, that aren't fake. With energy, you can motivate people to change. You can get people to speak up. I mean, the possibilities are endless. And so it taught me that energy is such a key piece. Even Sun Tzu talked about it in The Art of War, about how you have to focus on the energy of the army, and that the great generals will absolutely do that. So it's been on my mind. I feel like this is an inspired topic at this point because we need this information. So let me talk about the principle. And I am stealing some of this information from a book called The Energy Bus. So if you want more energy, if you need to help others with their energy, or if you want your teams to have more energy, then I would suggest reading this book. It's absolutely fantastic. And I think the one thing that people can say about me is if I'm around, I have good, positive, high energy. And people feed off that. It's like a battery. It's just like in the Matrix. You're feeding off of human energy, just like the robots were in the Matrix, right? So this book is great. You're really going to want to read it if it applies to you. So here are some principles, though. Number one, you are the driver of your bus. And I would say it a little bit differently. You are the leader of you or your team or your family or whatever. And you have to comprehend that you're responsible for your own life, your own team, your own family. And so you have to define your vision, and don't get trapped in the notion that someone else has control or the energy of someone else has control of your circumstances, because it's absolutely not true. Number two, desire, vision, and focus. Move your bus in the right direction. So every team has to have the desire to do so. Every team has to have the vision and focus. Every team has to know what their mission is, right? So focus really is everything. And after you define those things as a team or as a person, and I do that in the personal organization mastery or in the team building, team balance, and health mastery course that I'm about to put out, or the consulting that I do, you have to visualize it like you've already achieved it and make sure that everyone knows where you're headed. 100%. And so your energy is good, but where are you going to channel that energy? Right. And so number three, fuel your ride with positive energy. Oh, let's go back to one concept here real quick. When it says desire, some teams don't want to get better. Some people don't want to get better. And sometimes I get stuck in coaching or consulting or training environments where the person that was forced to go doesn't want it to happen. And they fight and kick and push against it and leave. And they just don't want to be better, do better, or live a better life. They just want to be low energy and stuck in their mediocre ways. I know that age is a protected class. And so I'm never going to say I have problems with old people. I don't. I realize what it is. When people are close to retiring and they've lost their purpose, and they can retire when they're 20 or 35 or 65 or 75. If they're close to retiring and they're like, I'm really on my way out, not a big purpose here. Like, I hate dealing with people like that. Like, they're a burden. Like, once they get trunky like that, it's garbage because they've lost their energy, their drive, and their purpose, and they're just riding it out to get the rest of the money. And that's kind of selfish, because if you're going to be here, you're going to work. Like, you need to have positive energy. So I don't discriminate against young or old people, but people that are only half in the game are really hard to deal with, because you have, just like, I'm not going to mention names in case they don't like my message, but there are some lean practitioners out there that I've talked to recently that are fantastic, that say, hey, Jason, you need to work with people that want to do better. And so sometimes I find myself in these situations where I'm just pushing a rope and they don't want to get better. And so desire is key. And you have to surround yourself with people that have that desire. So diversity is key. You're not surrounding yourself with people that are your same ethnicity or beliefs or personality style. You're surrounding yourself with a diverse group of people that have the desire to do better. So let's get back to number three. Fuel your ride with positive energy. The whole universe is made of energy, and this is true. This is so 100% true. I need you to hear me on this. And people, as a part of it, are made up of energy as well. So there are people who will expand your energy and people who will suck it and take it away, suck it out. So surround yourself with those who make you feel more powerful and confident. Number four, invite people on your bus or in your team or in your family, that's harder, or in your world or in your friend group or wherever you are. Invite people around you that want to be there, that you can really feel that they have energy and they're going to contribute and they have that desire. Nothing can be accomplished in life individually. You need to have people, somebody by your side, or speaking in the language of this story, have somebody on your bus. I like that the energy bus and Jim Collins use these bus analogies because Jim Collins said that your organization or your team was like a bus, so you need the right people on, the wrong people off, and people in the right seats. And so if you can turn your bus into an energy bus and make sure that only people on your bus have positive energy and they know where they're going, they want to take this journey with you. You know, driving an empty bus has no point. And when you form a team, make sure that you have the right people on the bus. Number 5, don't waste your energy with those who don't get on your bus. There will be times when people don't want to get on board with you as a part of your friends, or they don't want to join your church group, or they don't want to be in your company or on your team, or whatever the case may be. When that happens, don't waste your energy trying to understand them. Instead, just focus on those who already climbed on and are on the same journey. And again, you want a diverse group doing that, but you want people that want to be there. Number 6, post a sign that says no energy vampires allowed on your bus. Right? Not all people deserve to get on board your bus. And so, you know, like we said in the book says, surround yourself with positive people and don't allow energy vampires to drain the energy from your passengers or the people on your team. And so if you can't literally just say or post a sign, you can post, verbal cues, cultural cues that say no energy vampires allowed. You've all been around these people, right? You've all been around these people that are silent dissenters, or they don't speak up, or they're always causing mischief, or they're just low energy. They just go slow. They're not bought in. They're not excited. They're poo-pooing everything. They're negative. And like, it sounds mean. I love introverts. I love extroverts. I love different personality types. I love different ethnicities. I love different opinions. But I do not like people with low energy that are vampires, that are sucking it out of the room and being so gosh darn selfish that they can't see past themselves to step up, put their damn shoulders back, and like actually help the group. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the salty supers that think they're so good that they're going to cause silent dissension in groups. I'm tired of the young punk kids that think, oh, I don't have to go out there and prove anything. I'm just going to do my job and things will come my way. I'm tired of the people that in the meetings won't speak up and help the group and help the team, and they're just a stick in the mud and we're stuck with them because we can't get rid of them, or we can and we just don't, right? We need to be very clear. No energy vampires allowed. If you are not heading in our direction, then you need to go away. It's not about you, it's about the team. And there's no such thing as, oh, I'm just here. I'm not taking away. I'm not adding. No, if you're not adding, you're taking away, because if you're not adding energy, you're sucking it from everybody else and you're hurting the energy and the flow and the success of the team. Sorry about that rant. Number 7, enthusiasm attracts more passengers and energizes the team. So if you have energy vampires and people that are taking away from your culture, you can't allow that. It's preventing your team from reaching its highest potential. And then number 8, the people that are taking this journey with you, love them. Love is what everything's made of. So you have to take time to show that to them. And love is not something that we should be afraid of saying at work. Like, love your people, like, period. I wrote it in a book. It has to be true. Number 9, drive with purpose. Energy buses run on fuel as well. That fuel is purpose. What are we attempting to do? So when people give me a hard time, and I'm kind of negative tonight. I'm on one. Like, when people are like, oh, Jason, I don't know why I'd fill out a personal clarity document, or I don't want to fill this out for my organization, or I don't know why this is why this is important. Why is a mission statement or purpose statement important? It's because it's your fuel, dude. If you don't know where you're headed, or dudette, if you don't know where you're headed, then you're not going to have very much motivation and energy to get there. We have to know what our vision is. What is our purpose? What is our mission? What are we good at? What's our red zone? What's most important right now? What are the goals to get there? And who's going to do it? Like, period, end of story. Your purpose will fuel your organization, your team, yourself, your bus with energy and enthusiasm. And number 10, have fun and enjoy the ride. Sometimes I work with teams and I change this so they don't end up staying there, just so you know. But they're like, oh, we're not here to have fun. We're not here to be friends. We're not like, why are we doing this team building stuff? Like, dude, like, number 10, it says it right here. Like, have fun and enjoy the ride. Don't forget that you only get one bus ride in life. You only get one team. You only get one chance. So enjoy every minute of it, even if it's bumpy. If you have a team, why not have fun? If you have a family, why not have fun? If you have a church group, why not have fun? If you have an organization and a company, why not have fun? If it's all serious all the time and grumpy, who would want to be on your bus in the first place? Like, that's dumb. So we have to remember these lessons, right? And so the 10 rules of the energy bus from the book are: you're the driver, desire, vision, and focus, move your bus in the right direction, fuel your ride with positive energy, invite people on your bus and share your vision for the road ahead. Don't waste your energy on those who don't get on your bus. Post a sign that says no energy vampires allowed on your bus. Enthusiasm attracts more passengers and energizes the team during the ride. Love your passengers, drive with purpose, and have fun and enjoy the ride. And for the love of all things holy, you have to remove or correct or fix the people that are being cancerous to your organization. Some people are like, oh, Jason, that's so harsh. Why are you being so mean? You're the big bad corporate. No. I built so many. I'm a genius at team building. That sounds arrogant. Love it. Like, that's me. Like, dude, I am a genius at this stuff. You have to have the right people on, and you have to have the wrong people off. And here's why it's not mean. There's somewhere out there where they're going to succeed. It just ain't here. It's just not here on this team, right? You feel free to be who you are, but you're not going to be who you are here if it's low energy or cancerous, right? So we need to get an action plan. We need to make time for the people that are supporting, and hopefully you have a diverse group supporting your group. You need to listen to them. You need to recognize them. You need to serve them and bring out the best in them. And you need to remove the people that are taking away from your culture. And so create your vision. Fuel your vision with purpose. Write down your vision and purpose statement and get those clarity documents done. I'll send them to you. Focus on your vision. Zoom into it and get everybody on the bus. Fuel that ride with positive energy. Post that sign that says no energy vampires. Navigate through the adversity and the potholes together. Love the people that are on your team and have fun and enjoy the ride, because the current condition is there are people out there that are about to retire that are sucking everybody's energy. And if you're mad at me now and you're like, well, that's not me. Well, I'm not talking to you then. I'm not talking about you. If you're about to retire and you got high energy, I love you, bro or sis. But if you're like trunky and not bought in and just sucking money and energy from people, then not you and me, we got a problem, right? There are people out there that don't care. There are people that love their comfort zones too much and they're being selfish. There are people that just love being contrary. There are people that are mediocre. There are people that are fearful and they're sucking the energy out of the team. And I want you, if you're that person that's only halfway bought in, if you're that person that doesn't care, if you're that person that's being selfish and staying in their comfort zone, if you're that person that's too, mentally smart for everybody and above this high energy stuff, if you're just okay with being mediocre, if you're stuck in fear, then you need to fire yourself. You need to either change or ask for help, get help, change, or you need to fire yourself and go find some place where they incentivize mediocrity. Go get a government job. There are places where you can be happy, but do not affect the people that have high energy, that are attempting and doing their best to change the world. So I have a challenge for you. Make it so people have a choice. Get on or get off, because energy fuels everything. And next time, and here's another challenge for you. Next time you're in a meeting, see if what I'm saying is true. See if you notice it. There are people that give you energy, and there's people that suck that energy away. And when people are sucking that energy from you and not even using it for a good purpose, how much money are they wasting? How much time are they wasting? How many customers are they pissing off? How much effectiveness of the team are they affecting? You have to think about these things. And my challenge is fuel your ride with positive energy. It's the key to success. On we go.
Please join us next time in elevating the entire construction experience for workers, leaders, and companies coast to coast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to share with your construction colleagues and help us spread the word by rating, subscribing, and leaving a review on your preferred podcast listening platform. We really appreciate it. We'll catch you next time on the Elevate Construction Podcast.